Happy Sagittarius season! We made it through Scorpio. We are now in the season of the Archer, or the season of Miss Britney Spears, the legendary Miss Britney Spears. Don't know if you've heard of her. She is the Sagittarius to end all Sagittariuses. Anyway, this is a reading of what we can kind of expect for Sagittarius season for Sagittarius. That is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if you are one of those, and you know you are one of those, go ahead and take a minute to kind of connect with your breath. And when we connect with our breath, we want it to go all the way to the bottom of our belly. We're trying to do really deep belly breaths to kind of flood our body with oxygen. And get grounded in that oxygen. Grounded in that body. I'd like to ask your highest self to step forward, my highest self to step forward, all of your guardian angels, all of my guardian angels, all of our ancestors and protectors, any being that holds us in 100% loving light and vibration that wants nothing but the best for us, for our highest selves, for our embodiment here on earth. How you doing? You doing all right? It's been some weeks. It's been some weeks. The beautiful part about weeks like this is we really get the opportunity to see what we're made of. And in terms of seeing what we're made of, I don't mean that in any sort of negative connotation, like I'm weak, I'm a baby, I'm not as strong as I could be, because one, that's bullshit. This is literally the most challenging time on earth right now because we are jumping frequencies and it's feeling like our happiness, our happily ever after will never come to us, never get to us. But that's just kind of what it feels like right now. So we can realize and really understand our shadow selves, because this time is really designed to get us in touch and cognizant and aware and working with our shadow, because our shadow, ooh, Saggy, you having some trouble integrating energies here? The cards are fighting me a little bit. They don't want to shuffle. This is also the second time Ace of Cups has popped up, so feeling like a renewal, some fresh energy here. And that's very good. But the thing about our shadow selves, right? They're just aspects of ourselves that we have cut off, that we hold in such judgment that they have kind of gone feral in our shadow, right? Because we're trying to separate ourselves from us. We're trying to us and them ourselves from us. And anytime we're reacting very strongly to another person, typically they're probably reflecting shadow aspects of ourselves right back at us. So we are judging what we don't like about ourselves, kind of when we have these really strong reactions to other people and within ourselves. Just strong reactions are just information. And kind of the key to getting through those strong reactions is just to really be present, take a breath, and observe not only the thoughts that are happening in your head right now, but kind of like what your body is signaling. Like, are you tensing up? Are you not breathing? Are you frozen? Are you angry? Have your fists done something? You know, has your breath changed? Are you aware of any anxiety spikes in your body? Where are those spikes coming from? So, with that said, again, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What can we kind of expect for Sagittarius season for you? Page of Cups, you guys, oh, that's such nice energy. That's just great energy. I gotta take a thumbnail for this, so let me just, okay. And I'll go back and I'll screenshot, and that'll be the cover for Sagittarius's video here. But no, the Page of Cups is youthful energy. It's kind of, it's the promise of a fresh tomorrow. It can be an emotional offering. It can be, you know, a new emotional well to draw from, to refresh within. And there's a lot of playful banter that can come with the, got two more cards, with the Page of Cups. Roy agrees. I don't know if you can hear him barking, but where this guy here, you know, he's thought long and hard about this cup in his hand. He knows where he wants to go with it, but he's looking at it and he's like, oh fuck, there's a fish, right? And so the Page of Cups kind of talks about the importance of being prepared for these emotional moments, in terms of if you're coming to someone with something, don't like, and they're not into fish, don't bring them a fish. And what I mean by that, what do I mean by that? I mean, really, really sit and be reflective of what it is that you're seeking before you seek to bring anyone else into it, right? Because if we are operating in unhealed shadow aspects of ourselves, or operating with bifurcated shadow aspects of ourselves, we are bringing that into every single thing that we do. And by actively seeking embodiment, seeking wholeness, seeking to bring all of these pieces back to us and integrate them back into our physical being, we kind of remove that fish from that cup. So when we see someone who we want to move forward with, or someone that makes us very sweet and very soft and very loving, and very much someone who's like, here, you look thirsty, have a bejeweled glass of water, fish or no fish. That if you're going to do that with someone, you don't want to, they might not be at a time in their lives where they're really prepared to give that fish the life it deserves. The other two cards that we got coming out, we've got Judgment reversed, and we've got Ten of Swords reversed. So, my dear Sagittarius, there's an offer here. There's this new chance of love, but there's fear of really closing out these chapters because, oh fuck, that means I'm really dead, right? Ten of Swords reversed and Judgment reversed. This is an energy of really being afraid to let what is dead die. Let what is dead rest. To bury what is dead for fear of what happens afterwards. And this Judgment was in the last reading I just did, and then in fact at the bottom of the deck right now is Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is kind of an energy of wish fulfillment, right? It's emotional happiness, but it can also be gluttony, it can be desire, it can be getting so transfixed on what feels really good that we kind of forget everything else that's around us. He can't really see anything else except for what's directly in front of him. He just knows that he's got all of these cups, 9 of them to be exact, that he can drink from whenever he wants. And it's about listening to these emotional wishes, to kind of what is on your mind all of the time, because we've got 2 cups here on the table. This is nothing but like knowing in your heart what feels good, while kind of the mental anxieties of all the things that keep you from what's feeling good, because to go after what feels good would be to face judgment. The thing about judgment, though, is it's a human created thing. I was going to say man created thing. But no, it's a human thing. We all judge. And it all stems, for what resonates for me, back to the Bible, right? That there is this idea of good and evil, original sin. And it's the thing that we come to earth for, remember, is to kind of transcend judgment and realize we are all unconditional love walking around trying to better learn and embody that vibration, particularly in this time as we literally ascend with our bodies and with our earth into the next dimension. And the next dimension is just where we all are all heart-centered in terms of really loving our fellow human, really taking care of our earth, taking care of our animals, revisioning our government structures, right? Just putting into place a system of equity that works for everyone. And so when we are in fear, literally fear to die, fear to face judgment, we're really just in fear of facing the unhealed aspects of ourselves that we have cast off. And so it's not about going into judgment. It's about meeting with love and being like, oh my God, little part of me who I've been holding in judgment since this one thing happened, who I have cut off from my love, who I have refused to look at, who I am not feeling, come here, come back to me, and just welcoming back and truly loving all of these aspects of ourselves that we have deemed unworthy. That is what judgment is, right? That is the judgment of being like, hey, this person fucked you. Can you still fucking love them? and the person being you, right? Because that's another thing that we learn as we do this earth walk. We're kind of just mirrors. Everyone is a mirror for our own internal shit, right? And some people are really good mirrors in terms of you have instant reactions to, ooh, I like you, or ooh, get the fuck away from me. Like, I'm getting dinged that this is not a good thing. And certainly some of that, you know, is intuition and safety, but also just really having the presence of mind to look and being like, hold on, what am I reacting to in you? And what is it showing me about me? And is there something that I need to forgive myself for and love myself for and offer myself more, right? Because the thing about all of this, we have to be able to learn how to do it for ourselves before we can ever begin to do it for anyone else, right? And so this Sagittarius season for you Sagittarius is kind of about really putting to rest, putting to bed all of the old stories that told you you weren't worthy of whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you want to go after, and really sitting with what it is that you want to go after and being like, am I ready to go do it? Am I ready to go get it? And I think that you are. And I think that you know that you are. And it's just about really listening to it and trusting it. And so, what are we being asked to let die? Spirit, I'd like more information on this 10 of Swords reverse. What are we asking to let die? And let die reintegrate, right? Because when we die, we go back to wholeness, we go back to oneness, we go back to source. We're on the other side of it, right? We get to see how we all exist simultaneously as one. It's just this human dimension that does such a great job. My little baby man up there is sleeping. It's very cute. He's listening. Roy is not a Sagittarius. Roy's actually a Virgo, which is surprising. Well, no, it's not. It's not surprising at all. It actually makes perfect fucking sense, even though he's not very clean. Okay. Neither here nor there. It's just a very cute dog. More info on this 10 of Swords, please. Oop, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, that's too many. Too many, but thank you, Spirit. Okay. I'd like one, please. Okay. Well, I saw that one earlier, and so I'm going to take it. We've got the Devil reversed. Another card I think that we got in the last reading too. That was just a general, this is specifically for Sagittarius. But also if it's resonating and you don't have a Sagittarius ascendant, sun, moon, or rising, like, take it. Or Venus. Just take it. Shit that resonates, shit that hits you, that's really good information. And like knowing what that internal resonance feels like, you know, in terms of like kind of that little vibratory like powering up that you get when something resonates, like that's information for you to take in. So if you're experiencing that right now, don't fucking question it. Just be like, thank you for the clarity. And that's good. So what we're needing to give death to reintegrate all of the ways that we tell ourselves we're the worst person in the fucking world. You're not the worst person in the fucking world. You're not the worst mother, you're not the worst father, you're not the worst daughter, you're not the worst son, you're not the worst friend, you're not the worst partner, you're not the worst dog owner. You're not the worst at all. Remember, the thing about the devil is these two people can leave anytime that they want. I mean, he's there, but he's not really paying attention. He's just kind of got, you know, the 500-yard stare out in the background, like being the lord of the underworld. The things that we feel the most trapped in serve to show us where we want our freedom. Can serve to show us where we want our freedom, and that's a very, very big aspect of Sagittarius, right? He is the archer of the zodiac. He aims his arrow at ultimate truth. He seeks ultimate truth. And the thing about ultimate truth, it's something that we're always in the quest for, right? Because it's ever evolving in every moment, and sort of the culmination of all of our moments that we've had so far, both earth side, and then when we start to understand the language of spirit, and how spirit moves through and talks to us, and then also kind of the synchronicities that we get, and we learn the internal language of our inner resonance and all of these things that help us embody our highest selves, of what we're here to do. So, you know you're here to do something special, and you know in order to do it, you really kind of have to give death to all the things that keep you addicted, right? Whether that's ways of thinking, whether that's actual substances, whether that's emotional hits, whether that's relationships, whatever your addictive tendencies are they serving you? And I mean, we can be addicted to good things. Like, think about how many fucking workaholics you know. Think about just the thing, you know, there's, oh fuck, what did Oscar Wilde say? Like, he had something quippier, and I'm not even, he said, I can resist everything except temptation. That's not what I'm talking about. He also said, all things in moderation, including moderation, right? And so it's about really having that clarity, you know, doing the work to remove the fish out of our cups from being like, have I gone too far, right? Am I too, where am I in terms of like kind of walking that middle line in terms of embodiment, but also having fun, right? Because embodiment isn't just about like, oh, like I'm an angel on earth. Like, it's not. It's about fucking up. It's about getting into the nitty gritty. It's about getting dirty. It's about getting addicted. It's about learning what addiction is, right? Because you're having a human experience. You're a transcendental light being having a human experience for a minute. And you're here to really understand what that is. And so there's no such thing as fucking up in this dimension in terms of how you judge yourself, because you're literally here learning what you need to be learning, right? It doesn't, and that's the thing that fucking sucks about if you don't get a good teacher in terms, and I'm talking teacher like in terms of like structured institutions, who make the teacher, because it's about sitting and receiving the information, right? It's about sitting and reflecting on the information. It's about sitting and integrating the information in terms of, this is helping me grow and giving me more information and more intelligence and more emotional intelligence and more feedback in terms of what my internal compass feels like. Or I'm doing something fucking wrong. And it's about, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're showing up. You're showing up every single day. In literally the most challenging time space we have ever been in as a collective planet, because we are dimensionally jumping, and we're taking our physical selves with us, and we're taking this earth with us. And it's about knowing that you are doing something so challenging and never done before, literally in the history of our planet. So there's no fucking way that you can do it wrong, because it's never been done before, right? We don't have any hierarchical structures in terms of, this is good, this is bad, this is yes, this is no. Because there is no fucking guidebook, bro. Like, cowabunga, bitch, here we go. And it's really about to be cowabunga, bitch, because we're about to be at that Pluto-Saturn conjunction. And that's really great. So, what's waiting for you that's good? What's something wonderful that will come in this Sagittarius season for my Saggies? Something wonderful, Spirit. Something to look forward to this Sagittarius season, while we are getting kind of divine intervention, babe. Spirit will make itself known to you this season. Spirit will... The Nine of Swords dropped out. So Spirit will be here to really kind of balance out this really intense anxiety, right? If you just can sit with it and breathe and seek to see the gift. And I don't mean that in terms of these bad anxieties, like however you need to handle them, like handle them, right? And always put yourself first, even if it's feeling, oh, I don't feel like I should do this because it isn't the evolved thing to do, right? That no one else gets to tell you how you move through this world. No one else gets to tell you whether you are or not worthy. But this really feels to me like a healing of all of these anxieties, right? Because as we give death to the ways that no longer serve us, we free up space for the divine to come in and kind of rearrange, right? It's just about making that space for it to do so. Because if our lives are packed, there's not a whole lot of room, right? You've kind of got to Marie Kondo your shit a little bit. I love her. Yeah, so that's what we have to look forward to. We have to look forward to really healing all of the things that keep us up at night. So how, Spirit, okay, that works. Are we going to heal the things that keep us up at night? We're going to work with our passions. We're going to show up. We're going to embody the Queen of Wands. And the thing about the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups, why they are my favorite king and queen in the deck, even though we don't have the King of Cups on here. Divine feminine, divine masculine. In terms of the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Fire, not unlike Sagittarius. She is vivacious, she is vibrant, she is quick-witted, she is sharp-tongued, but she is the traditional water feminine in masculine fire sign, and of course vice versa for the King of Cups, you know, the masculine fire in the water sign cups. And so it is kind of this yin-yang confluence of energy that when we are in our Queen of Wands, when we are in our King of Cups, both as their own entities, and especially if they were to come out together, that's when we're primed to take on this physical role and really build whatever it is that we want to build. So be focused this Sagittarius season, my little Saggy, on what puts you in your passion, what makes you want to show up in the physical world, who makes you want to collaborate, who makes you want to work together, who makes you kind of want to seek out all there is to be about being this kind of divine feminine. I'm talking feminine in terms of energy, right? So being feminine is kind of receptive energy, intuition, darkness, feeling around, unconditional love. Divine masculine is also unconditional love, but seeking to have the joie de vivre, and figuring out what that joie de vivre is so you can bring it down and collaborate with others in the physical. So that is the divine gift for Sagittarius this season, really healing the anxieties by paying attention to what makes you want to show up in the physical world, what inspires you, what drives you, what makes you happy, what makes you horny, what makes you a better, more aligned, brighter being. And go after that and really seek to ground in that being into the physical. So, all my love, my little Saggy. I hope you're having a great season so far, and I hope you continue to have a great season. If you're interested in booking with a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me at adastraangel1111@gmail.com. And once you do that, I'll kind of guide you through the booking process, and we will get going from there. So, all my love, thank you for being here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, regardless of, even if this is Sagittarius season when you're seeing this. If it feels good, if it's resonating, fucking take it. All my love. Bye.